Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility on this Wednesday, which is always review day here on the channel. Today we're going to take a look at, I believe this is the 12th studio album from this band that's been around for like over 40 years. I've always heard the name. I believe this is the first album I've ever listened to from them. I believe the band is called Nightmare. The album is Encrypted. French band that got their start way back in the late 70s. They kind of were one of those European bands that were following the new wave of British heavy metal quite closely. Apparently they opened up for a lot of the bands on the new wave of British heavy metal scene during that time period. But they have changed members over and over again throughout the years. Lots of different singers. They have become, of the last number of years, they went from like a traditional heavy metal band to now more of a kind of European power metal band that has elements of thrash and symphonic black metal, that sort of thing, right? Got female vocals. They're on their like third different singer in a row, 3 different albums, 3 different singers. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But AFM Records, let's take a look at this thing here. All right. And the booklet. Kind of rare to see an AFM release that's in a standard digipack. Normally these are in in a standard jewel case, I should say. Normally they're in digipacks. I'm fine either or, you know, at this point. So let's talk about who is in the band currently. So the lineup as it stands today is Barbara Mogore. Mogore. She's the current and new lead singer. This is her first album with the band. You've got Frank Millilleary on guitars, Matt Asselberg's on guitars, Yves Campion on bass, and Niels Quays on drums. All right, so again, as far as like the timeline of, if you look at like the list of all the people who have been in this band, it's very, very lengthy. And this follows up their Aeternum album from 2020, but they've been fairly prolific, you know, for a band that's been around since the late 70s. They had 2 albums released in the 80s, Waiting for the Twilight and Power of the Universe in 84 and 85, and then we didn't hear another thing from them until 2001. Since 2001, they have been pumping out albums pretty regularly every like 2, maybe 3 years tops. Pretty much, yeah, every like 2 years or so, up until the last couple of years when it's, you know, during the COVID years, right? Well, 2016 we had Dead Sun, 2020 Aeternum, and now 4 years later Encrypted here in 2024. So what's this album like, you might ask? I mean, it's a really solid record. It's basically, you've got, and I will say Barbara is a pretty damn good singer. For most of the album, she's got, you know, your standard kind of female power metal type vocals. Very competent, very well done, but she does throw in on occasion little bits of the more gruff and growly type things. Not that much different than what you'd hear on maybe an Arch Enemy album or, you know, like something like Epica, although Simone doesn't do the growls. Obviously someone else, a male, does that. But big riffs. There's a lot of riffs on this album. I think for me, the appeal of this record is most of the tracks have some serious chugga-chugga riffing go on. The production's really, really nicely done. Some of my, there's 10 tracks on here. One of them is a bonus track, so really 9 plus the bonus track for the CD. The Blossom of My Hate is a really good track. Voices on the Other Side, Saviors of the Damned, Wake the Night, all really good. For me, though, I think kind of like the middle section of the album is more appealing to me. Wake the Night is a terrific song with a crushing riff on that. The title track, Encrypted, is another riff monger. I really like that a lot. Then you got Incandescent and White Lines and Borderlines finishes up the album. And then Eternal Winter, which I guess is a song from one of their earlier tracks done up with the current lineup of the band. That's pretty good too. There's nothing really to dislike on here. I think for me, though, the addition of the kind of like little growly vocals from time to time, I don't know how necessary they are, right? It's almost like sounds like they just kind of put them in here to appeal to maybe part of the extreme crowd. And I just don't know. Musically speaking, do they really belong? I don't know. That's up for debate. I think she's got a fine, clean melodic voice as it is. I just don't know whether the kind of like, Beauty and the Beast type of thing, which, has been done to death by a million bands. I don't know how much sense it makes in this music, because I think the songs carry themselves. I think the guitar playing, the soloing, the drumming, the riffing, all really good. It's very solid. Does it stand out as something very special and unique on the metal scene? Not really. I think that's my one issue with this. I find it a pleasant listen. It's fun. It's heavy. But in the end, I'm like, how many times am I going to go back to this? I don't know. But it's very, very well done. To me, it just seems like we've heard this sort of thing before. But if you like this sort of thing, it's very, very well done. I mean, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 star because it's just really overall very solid. I don't have really anything negative to say about it. It's well produced. A lot of crunchy guitars on here. I would say if you're a metal fan and you like, this sort of thing, this kind of like European power metal / thrash with little elements of black death metal type thrown in, I think you'll dig it. It's a very solid record. Nightmare Encrypted, 3.5 out of 5 star. Go check it out. AFM Records. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, down there, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. We appreciate it, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.